Hello and welcome back to the Supersensible Steve Show. In this episode we head to one of the most haunted cities in Europe. With over 500 reported hauntings, York is one of the spookiest places you can visit in the UK. Founded in 71 AD by the Romans, the city has suffered through Viking invasions, the Norman conquest and the Civil War. With so many spooks and spectres, it's hard to know where to start, but if you ever do find yourself in the city, it's well worth to pay a visit to Dorian, who runs amazing ghost tours. I'll leave a link down below in the description. You can even take your very own ghost home with you by taking a trip into the medieval shambles and a small shop called the York Ghost Merchants. Our adventure though starts in the Golden Fleece. Built in 1503, it's one of the oldest pubs in the town centre, and with 15 of their own ghosts on the property, it's also one of the most haunted. The most famous of which is Lady Alice Peckett. In the 18th century, Mayor of York and the owner of the Golden Fleece, John Peckett, passed away. Alice, John's wife, is still said to wander the corridors and move furniture in the early hours. We also have Jeff Monroe, a Canadian fighter pilot who fell to his death from one of the upper windows during World War II. Was he pushed, or was it a tragic accident? We have no way of knowing for sure, but it's said that guests at the hotel can be woken in the middle of the night to find a figure in military uniform standing over them. The second of the two bars of the Golden Fleece are very popular with locals, both living and deceased. One-Eyed Jack is a character who frequents the bar who wears a 17th century red coat, a tri-cornered hat, and armed with a flintlock pistol. He is joined by the grumpy old man who grumbles to himself in one of the small alcoves. One of the more tragic stories is that of a small Victorian boy who ran into the street from the front of the building, only to be trampled to his death by an oncoming horse and carriage. But the stories don't end there. The cellar is said to have once housed dead criminals for local police until relatives could come and identify the bodies. Could these tortured spirits still be waiting for their final goodbye to their loved ones? Roman soldiers have also been seen in the very same cellar, perhaps patrolling an old Roman military route. A previous landlord reportedly hung himself and can still be seen tending the bar, as seen in this piece of photographic evidence. So without further ado, let's begin our investigation.
Hello and welcome to the Golden Fleece. We have ran some baseline measurements earlier today. No unusual EMF readings, no unusual drafts. However, we did have one investigation while the pub was open, and there was a couple of things that happened. So there was a draft along this bench that you can see. Obviously there's a fire there, so we'll have a little look up there, see if it's still blocked up or whether it's open. And also in this corner here, so that doorstop you can see, that actually blocked the door on the way out to open. Also it opens into the room, and yeah, I don't remember doing that, but I could have done it by accident, so unfortunately I can't prove or disprove that, but it's definitely something strange. So what we've got in the room today, we've got a laser pointer, or the laser grid, sorry, kind of looking in this direction. And then we've got a IR, and then we've got a motion sensing light, we've got a vibration sensing ball, and an EMF meter down below. So let's start talking to some of the spirits that are supposedly in this room, or in this building. Okay, so I'm going to sit in this chair. I'll just set that light off, unfortunately. Let's wait for this light to go off. But there are 5 ghosts, maybe 6. So you've got Lady Alice Beckett, who was the wife of the Mayor of York back in the 1700s. And she's said to be found roaming the endless corridors and staircases of this building. You've got Jeff Monroe. Not much is known at the moment about him, but apparently he's located on the 3rd floor. I am currently sat on the 2nd floor. We've got One-Eyed Jack, who's mostly sighted in the bottom bar. One-Eyed Jack is said to be dressed in a red coat. And you've got Grumpy Old Man, again sighted in the bottom bar, this time crouched in a small alcove, and we'll see if we can go downstairs later. So this is just a quick look outside. Not sure how much you can see, so that's the shambles down there. So you can see where this room is. Let's just turn the... That's not helping, but trust me. Lady Alice Peckett, are you in this room with us? Are you the wife of the Mayor of York in the 1700s? If you're here with us, can you approach the green light and use your energy to change the colour? Can you move to the red ball and make that move? How about the white box? Can you touch that and turn the light on? So before the motion sensor came on, kind of on request, but I did move. So I have to say that that's probably more likely than the sensor's picking up on my motion. Jeff Monroe. I don't particularly know too much about you. Maybe you can whisper into this microphone. I won't be scared. I know when my Swanson came here in 2005, Vivek heard a laugh in her ear. Maybe that was you, Jeff Monroe. Can you laugh in my ear? One-Eyed Jack. Are you here? With your red coat? Does that mean you're part of the military, or...? Maybe the grumpy old man. What makes you so grumpy? Are you not happy with all the new visitors to this place? Would you rather it be quiet? Would you rather I leave? Make that white box light up by approaching it. Or kick the red ball. Maybe even turn that green light to yellow or red. Give me a sign. Yeah, I made that light go off. Let's have a look up this chimney. So definitely felt a draft by this chair. You can't really see much, but I'm assuming that's probably selective. There's quite a cold spot in this area. So, let's see if we can actually see. You have to trust me on this, probably. So the chimney, or the fire opening, 21 degrees. No particular cold spot, to be honest. But we did feel it early in the day. Well, a small child, can you run in for the lights? What do you think of the lights? Almost like stars. I heard it groan then. I don't know whether it's people snoring, maybe. The light just came on. Again, I'm moving, so I can probably discount that pretty easily. This is the corridor going back out to the main stairs.
Lady Peckett, are you here? Wandering the corridors? If so, do you want to communicate? Maybe tap against the walls? Turn this green light to red, use your energy and approach me. What's this? Some sort of skull. Elizabeth John, executed in York, 1800. So down this corridor is where the famous photo is. You cannot really see much, to be honest, but if the grumpy old man's back there, maybe you can give us a sign. I did hear a creak back there. EMF's flashing off, but my phone is filming. There's a cold breeze coming through. There's definitely flickering light, to be honest. I'm getting a kind of weird vibe. It could be anything. I'll turn the EMF off for now. Grumpy old man. One-eyed Jack. Can you creak again and make the lights flicker? Oh, make the lights flicker for us again. So it's the morning after, and a couple of things last night while I was asleep. Above the window up there you could see kind of a light moving across. And it was obviously the road up front, lights from the cars, but it did take me a little second to figure that out. Also heard a kind of a hiss, maybe. I don't know whether I dreamt it or it was real, but sound does seem to travel pretty well in this place. No particular feelings of negativity, apart from downstairs, really creepy vibes. The EMF meter going with the flickering lights was pretty strange. But that's it for today. I also heard a man's voice asking for help this morning. I don't know whether it was a TV or radio in another room. That was early in the morning, around 7 o'clock. While there are many strange things to discuss, such as floating orbs, bumps in the night, strange chills and flickering lights, there's not enough hard evidence to put forward for the haunting of the Golden Fleece. Sound does seem to travel very well through the hotel, so was the microphone picking up on the undead or merely other customers within the building? This is a question we have to ask ourselves on every paranormal investigation, especially if investigating with friends or around other people. The most compelling footage of the session was that of the back bar. When reaching out to One-Eyed Jack and the grumpy old man, bar lights could be seen to flicker, almost on demand and aligned with the EMS fluctuations. Unfortunately, due to camera equipment being used in close proximity, we cannot say with any confidence that the EMF readings were anything other than noise introduced by the investigator himself. Regarding the flickering lights on request, if he asks for something for long enough, random flickering of lights may align with prompts. As for the other strange happenings during the visit, such as seemingly self-moving doorstops in an empty room and being woken in the middle of the night to a hiss, without any recording of this phenomena, it had to be put down to investigator accidents and waking up from a dream respectively. One thing can be said for certain, however: the back bar of the Golden Fleece felt very eerie, and it was the most uncomfortable the investigator had been on any investigation to date. But what do you think? If you have your own stories on the Golden Fleece, drop a comment below.